We now return for another episode of the Bars and Bridges of Kings County with your host, Black Costume. Check. Yo, so we're back and I'm kind of centered. I'm in the center this time around. We're back. So this is like part 3 of the recording for my top 5. And also we're back. It's a new show. Well, it's the same show, different name. This is currently the Bars and Bridges of Kings County. I don't like the way I did that one. The Bars and Bridges of Kings County. We now return for another episode of the Bars and Bridges of Kings County with your host, Black Costume. Alright, so that should do that. This is actually the third recording of this particular topic for the show. I think I've mentioned it in the past. I didn't want to Lil Bow Wow or Shad Moss did an excerpt on 106 in Park when he was the host there, and it was called Inside the Rapper Studio. That's what this was called originally. Now it's not. It's not for the specific purpose of not doing anything that Bow Wow did. Why start now? You know? Hey guys, Black Costume here in the editor's room. I just wanted to make you aware that originally when I did a search to see if anybody had come up with the name Inside the Rapper Studio, maybe like a year or two ago at this point, I couldn't find anything else. I couldn't find anything. And then, magically since then, after doing other searches, I found the Bow Wow show, the 106 in Park segment called Inside the Rapper Studio. I found that. And then recently doing a search like a week ago, I found several different shows and things on the internet by that same title. So it's interesting how the algorithm works. You search something and an apostrophe can change the whole thing. I guess it's always been that way, but I thought I did that like a year ago. Again, thought I did a thorough search, but I think even K-Flay had something. Anyway, this is Black Costume telling you that, the name has changed and the vibe is still the same, and that, I guess I just wasn't as clever as I thought I was. Alright, love you guys. Enjoy the show. It's fine. So, by the way, we're so back now that there's going to be another episode that I'm also going to be filming today. I know, it's insane. But that one's going to end up on the SAVR YouTube channel. So boom, that's twice the costume. Let's try that again. That's twice the costume in twice the places. Well, it sounded more special in my head. But anyway, so today we're going to talk about your friend and mine. Some would say he's the uncle of rap. Also, alright, another sidebar. This is like the third recording. I think I might have said that twice. This is like the third recording of this. I recorded a version where it was like the Inside the Rapper Studio version, where, I guess Bow Wow can take credit.
About that one,
even though it's actually, just give me a second here. Alright, maybe that'll do it. Yes. Cinema. Scorsese would cry. So my number 3, drum roll, and I'm not gonna make a drum roll because we got plenty of sample packs laying around. Ooh, that's a good topic. We'll get to that. But anyway, drum roll please. Your friend and mine, Some call him rap's uncle. That's not a term that I use. It's just something I've heard. Jay-Z. Jay-Z is number 3 on my list. I feel like he was the early example of the everyman rapper. He's progressed from your 90s street rapper to, wait, no, I guess like late 80s, like, what would you call that?
That one, no.
But anyway, so was with Jazzo, rapping mad fast, Reasonable Doubt era, the Hard Knock Life series. I'm probably skipping something in there. My favorites from him, it's gonna be Blueprint 2, Hard Knock Life Volume 2, and then it's gonna be between Reasonable Doubt and the Black Album. Black Album, I like sort of the model of that album, and like the idea of it is super strong. And there's really good songs in there too. But Reasonable Doubt is like, it's like what I come to hip hop for. It's like, I guess as far as like rap is concerned, like lyricism, I like lyrics. I like tangibility. Like, this is what I mean. I'm saying this in this way. There's not a whole bunch of, it doesn't have to be like simile laden, but there's creativity in what he's saying and how he's saying it. And also, he's like a good storyteller. He can like, kind of like paint a vivid enough image, or he can like, ooh, he said that. A lot of rappers don't make me feel that way all the time. Like, oh, I didn't see that coming, or something to make me laugh, or like, I like that feeling. So yeah, I guess like, he's adapted to styles, he's adopted styles, but he still kind of maintained himself, throughout all of it. I think he's in a new era now. There's a very popular female music artist that people say that they're married, that they're together. I don't follow tabloids, and everything that's going on in people's lives, so I don't really know about all that stuff. I'm just got my big brain over here. I don't cavort with people that gossip. So, by chance, I may have heard that he was married to a very popular female artist, and I'm familiar with her music. And if there's anything to be said about their, collaborations, it's that, this kind of, I think, represents like a turning point for Jay-Z. I think there was like, I can almost say like a pre and post. She's an artist, and I think there's like kind of like a post her era that he's in. He's kind of revamped his image. This guy and this guy, same guy at the end of the day. But maybe he's making music for a different audience now, or maybe it's the same audience from before. They just grew up. So I like his wordplay. I like the fact that he's stuck around this long and he's tried all sorts of different kinds of beats. It's not like, oh, I'm this guy over here. It's like, oh, he can, be all these things. You can have variation. Art. Honestly, there's this thing with rap where it's like, sometimes it feels like it toes this line, or at least it did at a point where it's like, oh, I'm like a poet. I'm like a poet over these beats, or I'm like an artist. I'm like, oh, look, I'm very out there. I'm weird. Look at my pants. I'm an artist. Oh, and incorporate that in the rap. And then there was like a section of rap that seemed like it had nothing to do with any of that. Like, it was just like, this is just rap. This is just what it is, almost like it wasn't a creative field, but it is for all intents and purposes, and that probably has something to do with like, this system at the end of the day. You know, a lot of people saying there's a system, some people aren't. I don't know if that's me. I don't know if I'm one of those people that's saying that, but I've heard a lot of things. Um, I got to get out of that. I'm, yeah, I'm gonna run it into the ground, and it's already unhealthy. And my wife doesn't like when I do it because sometimes I can be very good at that impression. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that.
About that one, no.
Anyway, where was I even? Like, yeah, I'm gonna do a collaboration with these Southern guys, even though South shit isn't the shit right now all over the world. It was like kind of pre that, or maybe he got in on it at the right time before the rest of the Northerners did. But you know, that could be like a shrewd kind of business kind of thing, which he is, you know, also known for. But you could also say, as a creative choice, that was just a smart thing to do. You know, like, yeah, there's these guys making dope music. I'm gonna do a song with them, and even though my flow might not fit everything in the same way, I'm using Ha as an example. When he did the Ha remix, it's still a good remix, but you know, I can't say he made the same flow choices on that one then that he would have made on like a Mike Will made a beat now or like a Manny Fresh beat now. That's just my opinion. That's largely what this is about. Um, so yeah, you know, creative decisions, and also you know, criticism. Like some people don't like criticism, or they feel like, you know, unless you've made a platinum album, you can't critique music. Unless you've won a Super Bowl, you can't talk about football. Um, Unless you've gotten a gold medal, you can't say anything about the divers. You know, like, okay, right, but I mean, you're a person with an opinion, and you know, you should just be able to like say how you feel, like, like whenever. You know, it's not really to offend anybody. I think that kind of discourse is important because I think it can improve things. It can, you know, it's almost just as entertaining as anything else. But then, you know, in order to kind of have like a deeper understanding of something, I'd never think that that's a bad thing. I mean, sometimes you want to take stuff at face value. Um, you know, you want to take things as they are on the surface, I suppose. But what for? You know, like why should you have to? You know, like isn't it interesting to say like, oh, this is what this is? Wow. Okay. Oh, and now that we understand that, maybe we can break that down into smaller pieces, and there's something I can take out of that, and I can push that one idea, and it can branch off and become other things. I mean, I guess that's at least the way that I look at it. You know, criticism has oftentimes made me better, and I've disregarded a lot of criticism. I've said like, you know what? I'm the shit. You're fucking crazy. I'm kind of a genius. It's fine. It's fine. Have your opinion. Go back and, I don't know, listen to whatever it is that you like, because that's great, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty tight, so I'm kind of perfect. I'm beyond criticism. That's what I'm saying. Um, no, but like seriously, you know, at the end of the day, I think maybe Jay-Z's in a place where, you know, he's not really making music for me per se, but did he ever? But can I still listen to it? Yes, of course. Just like I would want anybody that I'm not quote unquote making music for to, you know, listen to my stuff anyway. And who are those people? You'll have to stick around and you'll have to find the next episode of this show, which is going to be airing on the SAVR channel. Did I say that already? I'm going to say it some more. It's the SAVR channel. Get into it. We're on social medias. And this Instagram blackout of all my songs that I currently cannot post from Thursday the 12th. It's breaking my heart. And they're saying that, oh, just shut. It's like to say, oh, just shut down, just delete the app, re-download it, sign back in, and everything should be fine. And then there's other people saying just turn it into a personal account and not a business account. It's like, what? Whatever. Thanks for the 500 followers on Instagram, by the way. I do appreciate it. I was a little late to the game. There were some unaccounted for years where I wasn't on anything, and that's my fault. Anyway, yeah, Jay-Z, number 3, still doing his thing. He's done DJ Khaled collaborations, rapped over all sorts of beats. You know, I think he got in with Swiss Beats and got in with the Neptunes and got in with Timbaland all at the right time. Yeah, yeah, Jigga What, Jigga Who. That's the edited version. Classic, so fucking good. I mean, to be honest, Timbaland hasn't really made a whole bunch of beats that sound like that. And there's certain elements in it. Maybe we can dissect some later, but I don't review music, so that's gonna be a problem. Yeah. Again, you know, like elder statesmen. That's cool. Like rappers, black rappers especially, they need to get as old as Paul McCartney. I want them to stick around that far. You know, that you know, so fans like, oh yeah, kind of like that new collaboration that he did with Swaggy Jeffy. You know, when he's like 80, and the kids will think it's cool, and all of us like 70-year-olds be like, what's he doing? What? Like, this is fine. That's fine. Some people be like, oh, I kind of remember Blueprint 3. And I guess it's fine, you know, because that's how we look at some of that other stuff, and it's okay. It's okay, you know. Who did Springsteen cut a record with? Didn't he do something with somebody young? And it was like awkward. Anyway, yeah, Jay-Z's number 3. Yeah, I'm gonna do another episode over on the SAVR channel. I'm watching the X-Files right now. I want a pizza today. I want a pizza. Probably not gonna have it because, you know, I'm doing a little something different, trying to stick around a little longer in this mortal coil. Speaking of coil, Darling Coils, Jot Patience. I've got a remix on that EP. We're going to talk more about that on the SAVR channel. And yeah, I think that's it. What else do I have? Do I have any favorite Jay-Z bars? No. Like, and that's weird, right? Because he's rapped a lot of things, and I'll always remember the Funk Flex freestyle, which I think is somewhere on YouTube. People try to look at you strange and say you changed, like you worked out hard to stay the same. You know, it's a little what's it called, poetic license. You know, you make things rhyme, or you just use like the little middle section. You know, it's the long vowel sounds that match. You know, you disregard the consonants on the end. Like Robert Frost gets to do that shit. Why not rappers? I think it's Frost that kind of bent some of the things around a bit. Yeah. Oh, subscribe. Subscribe, donate, hit like, put in the comments what's your favorite Jay-Z album, if any, and when does an artist have their best albums? Is it early on in their career? Is it in the middle? Or is it at the end somewhere? You know, makes me think about Chinese democracy. Can I say that on YouTube without getting flagged for something? What's going on over there now? I should probably read a newspaper. I was actually talking about Guns N' Roses, for the record. FBI freeze. Also, I need to get this acoustic guitar fixed. so I can work on some other stuff, some very, very cool things. We're working on cool things. Some people say that they're very good. All right, I'm sorry.
About
You don't want to
that
talk about
one,
that
no.
I
one?
gotta stop doing that. That's um okay. Yeah, I think that's good. Love y'all. Peace.